Drumroll, please. It's like what the cows are doing for us. So loud. So very loud. So many cows too. Okay, that's probably enough. Let's get out of here. Just want to defeat these cows a little bit here before I run off and make a bunch of changes to code, because I want those cows breeding and getting more and more so that we can get the leather from them, because we need them for our conveyors. If you didn't watch it earlier, we're trying to set up a huge slime farm on this thing, and conveyors will be a very good way to do this. In fact, let's go make ourselves a sword really fast. Then we'll go take a look at the thing, see if Fiery added to it any after I left. I don't know if he did or not. We need some lapis to enchant this thing. Okay, enchant fire aspect. Awesome cow sword. This goes in this thing and we make a new sword. Boom, boom. If we can get looting, that'd be even more awesome, as it were. Should have looked. Knockback, unbreaking, sharpness. I really don't want knockback, but let's see what else we get. Sharpness, okay, yeah, sure. It's a creeper sword. It'll do for a sword. Anyway, down to the slime chunk. Yes, we've actually found a real slime chunk. Let's see. Gazer, if you were watching, I was wrong. I had the wrong slime chunk before, that's why it wasn't working. I looked up again on the slime chunk finder I use, and it actually pointed me to the next chunk over. So either I did something wrong or the slime chunk finder was wrong at the time. I'm not sure which. Probably was me, not gonna lie. You know, I'm not in TeamSpeak, am I? Derp.
Connected.
Oh, Smite Rage
Channel switched.
There we go. There we go. Now we're in TeamSpeak. Okay, doesn't look like Fiery added to it. If he did, it was very little. So, good there. We should go down and check to see if we got any slime in it. Just because, like any slime balls. We need slime balls. Slime balls are our friend. No. Can't get it from there. From here? Yes. No slimes. If we just stand here, we'll spawn. That'd be cool. Doubt it though. Anyway. Hello, whoever's watching. I see we have 2 viewers, one of them being me. How are you tonight? I will not stream as long as I did earlier today, that is for sure, because it is getting late already. I had a bunch of stuff I had to do before I could get back on here. Wasn't planning on doing originally because I forgot about it. So anyway, we've got our cows set up. We're good there. Let's go into code. Get our IDE started here. Oh, I say hello to you and you disappear. How rude. Okay. So we need to make a centrifuge type block tile entity thingy, bobber, right? That's going to centrifuge our clay that we find in the world into asphalt or tar or something like that that we can use for road building. Let's just call it asphalt because why not, right? So we're going to add a new block. It's going to be a tile entity. So we need to base it off of one of our other tile entities. It's not going to be directional. It will... It's not going to be directional. I think most of my tile entities are directional. Should we make it directional? Should it output the tar? I think we will make it output the tar. Let's make it like the crusher. So it will be directional. The primary crusher. So centrifuge. How do you spell centrifuge? I have no idea. C-E-N-T-R-I-F-U-G-E. Look at that. I am a spelling genius for once in my life. I got it right the first try. I'll never do it right again, probably. Centrifuge. Yay, we've added it to the game as a block. Okay, so we need to go here. No, not there. Here. We need to add a new line there. That is, we'll define what we'll call this block. It shall not be primary crusher, it shall be centrifuge. C-N-T-R-I-F-U-G-E. Primary crusher, C-N-T-R-I-F-U-G. Centrifuge, yay. Centrifuge. What else do we need to change inside you? On block activate. I'm not sure what this is about. Oh, this is when we right click on the thing, right? So if it's a fuel can, what in the world does that sound? Let's get inside our little base here. There. I'm just on the server, so it's AFK for the farm and stuff like that. So if it's a fuel can, we can put it in. I think that's what this is doing. Why it happens when you right click with the fuel can? Oh, that's right. The crusher needed fuel. So let's just leave this because we need to have fuel in this. So if it's an instance of our, not that, we need to create a new tile entity first. Okay. We will want fuel inside the centrifuge also, so let's just leave it like this. Primary crusher, let's do C-E-N-T-R-I-F-U-G-E, centrifuge. And in our centrifuge, wait, back. So we can change this to centrifuge. C-N-T, blah, blah, blah. Centrifuge, yay! Hello, everyone. More viewers. Crusher. Look at that. We can get rid of that one. Where else are you? What am I doing? Crusher. We need to change that. CN. There we go. Okay, that's all the occurrences of the word tile entity primary crusher, whatever it said. So we're good there. So we're going to spawn in a centrifuge tile entity. We're going to make sure the tile entity is a centrifuge when we're trying to add fuel to it, which it will be. So everything should be good there. We've got the cooldown set up. We do not need to look at what's been tossed into it, do we? Maybe? Sure? No? I don't think so. So we're not going to process the tile entities in the list. We're not going to pick up things that are on the top of this thing at all. We do not need to look at all of this junk. However, we do need to look at our inventory and process it. Right now, the centrifuge sole purpose, yes, sole purpose, is going to be to turn things into, turn the clay into asphalt. And that's it. That's it. All we'll do. So, so if the cooldown is greater than 0, it's going to return. Our cooldown timer is going to be set to cooldown amount, which is 5. So every 5 world ticks, it's going to try and process something that's a little fast for me. We need to have this thing wait a little longer before it processes one piece of clay into something. So let's put this up to 60. 60 times, no, let's make a wait like 30 seconds. So 30 times 20 is 600. Let's make that 300. So that'll be like 300 divided by 20. 15 seconds. Yeah, sure, that sounds right for now. We're just testing anyway. We don't want to wait too long. We're testing. Okay, so it gets the item in the slot if item is not null, not equal null. Then we can do stuff to that item. The item get. Wait a minute. We're getting the stack in the slot. So this is an item stack. So get item. Yep. Equals if it equals, or does not equal null first again. Let's just make sure. And then if item dot get item equals mod items. No, items, just regular items. No, don't do that to me. Item s dot. I don't want item stack. This one. Dot clay. ball. Perfect. So if it's a clay ball, we can do something with it, and what we're going to do with it is this. We're going to set our I equal to this dot get inventory size so that we no longer process anymore. In fact, we can just return. That's probably even safer. And we're going to do what? We're going to eject that item out into the world probably, right? No, let's set this up a little different. So we've got this inventory here somewhere. Inventory. We're setting it to 54 slots. That's a bit extreme. Let's set it to 2 slots. I don't think that's going to cause problems anywhere. We'll have an input slot and an output slot, right? So the input slot is sided. This is sided. So we need to have like a array for the top and an array for the bottom. Top slots, bottom slots, there we go. So the bottom slot's going to be number 1. The top slots are going to be number 0, slot 0. Just like that. And do we actually call these out in the get slots for side? Slots on closing. Get slots for facing. If it's down, we get the bottom slot. If it's up, we get the top slots. Awesome. And we're returning slot 2, which is not what we want, right? Oh, wait, slot 2. Slot 2, okay. So if it's not one of those, it returns that. We return null. So if it's not any other side, if it's any other side, then the top or down. Oh, we're getting a zombie by. We need to just not give us anything. So we can't pump anything into this machine from the side. Only top and bottom. Where you going, zombie man? I don't see you. Okay, so we're good there. We checked if it's a clay ball. If it is a clay ball, we do not need to drop dust junk at all. Boom, gone. So if it's a clay ball, we need to create this new asphalt item to do create asphalt item. Ta-da, and that'll go into slot 2. I guess we also need to check if slot 2 is slots empty or has room in it, whatever. So let's see. So it'd be this dot get stack in slot 1, the second slot dot get stack get size stack size is less than or equal to this dot get stack in slot 1 dot get max stack size. Perfect. So if it's less than the stack size, we can actually add to it. We can add one more asphalt to it. Perfect. Yay. And we need to do a null check on this get stack in slot 1. Just to be safe, if that is not equal null, then we can proceed. Okay, and then right here, we need to change our fuel level probably too. So where's our fuel level? Fuel storage. Sure, we'll call it fuel storage. Equals fuel storage minus 1. Okay, so back to the block. Putting fuel in it, right? Yeah, we're setting the max fuel storage equal to fuel storage. So we're setting fuel storage. Okay. That sounds right to me. What else? What else? What else? Reduce the fuel. We're gonna put the. We gotta create the item next. We've got the block added to the world. We didn't add the block into the blocks initialization section. And the tile entity also registering that. So where's the crusher? In here. There it is. Oops. Go right here. centrifuge. Centrifuge. Capitalize that, save it. It's happy. Grab that, make another one. Change that over to centrifuge. Okay. Up right there. Centrifuge. You know, I'm going to take this Minecraft window, pop it up on the other screen so that I can see if Fire logs back in. If he does. I want to say there's somewhere I have to register the tile entity, but I can't think where it is. So let's do this real quick. Go to this. All right, click open call history hierarchy. Okay, create a tile entity world. That's just in the block itself, I believe. Yeah, so it's just when it creates the block. Cool. Get all out of all that. So we need to add this item of asphalt to the game. So, oh, and we need to add lots of little block state things. So let's copy the crusher. Block state. And we're going to do centrifuge, centrifuge. And we're going to change these to centrifuge. Same model all the way. Centrifuge. Okay, and that's why. That makes sense. So centrifuge is good there. Gonna do a block model. Copy the crusher again. Centrifuge crusher icon, so we do centrifuge. Weird. But hey, it's working, right? So primary crusher. Yep. centrifuge. Centrifuge. I believe that's just the icon I use for the item in your hand. Centrifuge. If I remember correctly, that's what that is. We go. We'll need one in the lang file eventually. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I need to do the lang files for these other blasted drilled stones. Forgot to do that earlier today. So granite, diorite, andesite, andisite, andisite, diorite, and granite, granite. Here we go, and we can add, where's the crusher? Primary crusher, so we got centrifuge, centrifuge, centrifuge. There we go. We might as well go ahead and add our item. So it's not gold dust, it's going to be asphalt. Raw asphalt. we go. So raw asphalt we'll put into paver along with some other ingredients. We'll make an asphalt block that's placed into the world by the paver is the idea. So raw asphalt's the item we're going to be adding to the game. Next, right now actually. So items, so we can copy something like, it's got to be pretty generic. The hose. Hose is very generic. Raw S-P-H-A-L-T. Raw asphalt. Raw S-P-H-A-L-T. Like I said, very generic. Item, initialization. Right there. Raw S-P-H-A-L-T. Like so. Perfect. Then we gotta do it down here. Raw S-P-H-A-L-T. One more time, just for the item render. And raw. Perfect. Okay, so we've added the item to the game. Now we need to come down and add its files down here, the JSON stuff. For it, we need to copy the hose. Raw asphalt. So raw asphalt. Raw S-P-H-A-L-T. Perfect. We won't have a texture for it yet, obviously, but that's okay. For initial testing, then we should be fine. So we've got an asphalt item for us to give. Let's go ahead and create the, or give it to us in the inventory of this centrifuge item or block. So this dot get, oh, how are we gonna do this? If it's not null, we're doing all this, right? So if it is null, we need to set it to this and give it to stack size of 1. So an else on that one. Still do all this. So it's there's nothing in it, so we're gonna set the stack size. This dot set inventory. There we go. Slot content. So we're gonna set it to slot 1, and the stack is a new item stack. New item stack, and we're going to give it a stack of what type? So item raw asphalt, and we're gonna give it 1. So Shift O, whoops, Control Shift O. Why you don't like that? Oh, I know what it is. So mod items dot raw asphalt. There we go. It's that way. You can't ever use the class itself. You got to use the reference, the single reference to it from your item creation. There's only one version of an item in the whole game. It's weird. Okay, so we're good there, and then up here we just need to get the slot set its stack size. So this dot get stack in slot 1 dot stack size equals plus I think that should do. Okay, so we should be creating our actual stuff now. We still need to create our actual asphalt from clay. We need to create a model for it, which I might still do tonight. I don't know if I'll have time. We need to create a render for it. We need to create a model for it inside Minecraft, the code. So let's do a tile entity render. Boom. Tile entity primary crusher render. So we do centrifuge, C-E-N-T-R-I-F-U-G-E. Centrifuge render. Yay. Okay, and we're going to change it to a model which we haven't created. So let's create the model. Where are you, Crusher? So centrifuge. Centrifuge. Model, primary crusher, so we want centrifuge like that. We're going to not give it the, what? Really? No way. Did I really have that? I did, wow. Apparently this isn't called anywhere. Let's just remove it, see if it is. Yet no errors here, so, That's probably a carryover from when I was doing some funny stuff with the wide bed loader. Or the wide bed loader. The wide bed truck. I think this is good here, so we're going to render the centrifuge. That's basically all that's going to have happen. So primary crusher, so model DEL. Centrifuge. Model centrifuge. TE model. TE model. Control Shift O. Now you're happy. And we can go here, grab its texture file, and do centrifuge. So we're just setting up the framework for this thing to actually work once I get the model in place. Oops, I probably needed to save that. So F3, save, copy, paste. The world is happy. We're rotating this thing based on where block machine model primary crusher. No. No. Mod centrifuge. There you go. Tile entity. Okay. So now we've got our crusher set up. Oops, am I changing the wrong one? Dang it. I hate it when I do that. We did want to change the crusher class. By mistake, I did that though. Had the wrong file open. This is the one we wanted to change. Yay. CN. Save. Control Shift O. Imports. Crusher. Centrifuge. And centrifuge. There's an error up here, it says. Control Shift O.
User joined your channel.
You're back.
I'm back.
I didn't even notice.
Aww.
Well, I mean, I'm playing Minecraft, so I wasn't looking at TeamSpeak because I don't have double monitors now.
I figured you were in Smite.
No, I had a really bad night last night, so
I'm
not playing it for a long time.
Yeah.
I was on for about 8+ hours and didn't get a single win. So.
Oh, well, that was your internet though, right? That was causing that?
No, it actually cleared up last night.
Oh.
Cleared
Okay.
up enough for me to play, and well, to play for 8 hours, and didn't win a single match. I was very frustrated.
I can see why. Are you sure it's not your internet? Because you're pretty good at that.
It was not my internet.
Okay.
It was definitely me. And to win, I was playing the competitive game mode called Conquest.
Mm-hmm.
To win that, you have to play well yourself, but you can't carry your whole team. They have to play well too, and the odds of both of those things happening are just very low. Anyway, what's new in the mod?
I am working on creating a centrifuge tile entity, which I think I've got added except for its texture and model and all that junk. And
what would the centrifuge do?
the centrifuge's purpose is you put clay in it and fuel in it, obviously, so it runs. And it will centrifuge the clay into asphalt, like raw asphalt. And then you put the raw asphalt into the paver along with some other materials, probably the blasted stone or something like that. And you can actually then place asphalt blocks into the world. Those asphalt blocks, the idea is after you have them in the world, you can run them over with a steamroller and it turns them into asphalt half slabs. And those asphalt half slabs will be your roads and give you a speed boost for running, or probably
Okay.
probably for running on them too, but definitely for your machines.
Huh. Okay.
So a long
Interesting.
process to get roads.
I like roads. Are
Yeah.
you gonna have some kind of machine that will automatically build the roads?
So the paver itself, it's going to be a machine, and it's going to mix all the ingredients together and actually place down the asphalt blocks. It'll be the only way to create the asphalt blocks and place them.
Oh, okay. But
So
you have to drive the machine.
yes,
Okay.
and it's going to be kind of a funny machine. I've actually went ahead and created the model for it. I don't know if you're watching the stream or not.
I don't have it pulled up because I
Okay.
can't watch it and play at the same time.
Yeah, it's fine. So for everybody that is watching this stream, here it is in its untextured form. That's why it's purple and black, depending where I look at it. But it's basically got this big flat part in the actual back of it, I believe. And my understanding of how these things run, they kind of run backwards, and there's a big bucket, kind of like a dump truck almost in the back. And they actually run a dump truck up against the back of these things and dump it in as it goes. Like it'll be moving along and they'll be dumping into it. It's kind of weird. So it's going to place down like 5 blocks wide is the idea, but it'll have to run on like the blocks outside that to where it actually sits because, you know, Minecraft has a whole meter high block size. So it'll be kind of funny. The wheels will have to be extra wide. Anywho, so let's see if this new stuff I added actually shows up. There's a centrifuge. I need to add a localization for that, so let's do that real quick. And it's a tile entity. Machine mod, primary, centrifuge. That's so wrong. That's what's wrong though. Okay. That's gonna make it wrong all over the place. That little word right there is going to cause all sorts of problems if I don't fix that, so let's get rid of that. Run. Thanks, AK. I have no idea what part you're talking about, though, because there's so much delay between the time I'm talking and the time that, like, I see it actually show up in chat and you guys see what I'm saying. It's a huge delay. It's like 30 seconds to a minute or more. Yes, get rid of my centrifuge from the world. That seems better. Okay, it doesn't render, which I was expected. It doesn't have, it has an inventory, but we have no way of accessing it because I didn't remember to create the inventory screen. So we gotta do that. Without that, we really can't test anything. So I guess I gotta do that. Actually, one more thing. Let's check to see. We have an asphalt item in the game now, yes. Okay. So the container and GUI stuff. Just do copy the distiller. CENTRIFUGE. Tile. Entity centrifuge. We'll call it Control Shift RCNT. centrifuge. Yeah, I'm very surprised you're not playing Smite for a while, because you were like the main person pulling people to play Smite, you know? Not that it's a bad thing, it's just
Every
just
game you
surprised.
play,
You
you
get
have to
burnt out.
take breaks from it,
Yeah,
and now is the perfect time for me to take a break from it.
yeah. So I need to have this act a lot like the distiller's fuel when I get field 0. Don't have to worry about that. Worry about that. Okay, so distiller. That was my stomach growling. The road paver and the whole road idea where things go fast. You know, that would be cool if you don't have roads, would make the machines brake faster than they were on roads. But that idea would be a whole different add-on. Yeah, it would be a cool idea, but a lot of the machines are kind of designed to be kind of like off-road anyway. Like a loader very rarely in the real world actually runs on roads, right? But I do have other machines, like a sports car kind of planned. That would make sense to do that with that, and that would encourage you to run the road, because that was one of the things I was thinking of, was the sports car we really could only go on the road. You don't want to drive a sports car off road, right? Doesn't make any sense. So that idea might be worthwhile for that one specifically, at least. Oops. Fine, get field. So what's centrifuge? Get field. And we'll just do this with number 1. Perfect. So we've got that. Then we need to just do this set field also. So set field, set field. Can ignore number 1. Hello, Christopher. Get field count should be 1. Okay, so we're back to the centrifuge piece here. So we're going to check its last fuel, and we're going to set its fuel into the GUI, basically, so that the GUI can access it real time. When its fuel level goes down, you'll be able to see it inside the centrifuge GUI. So we're good there. So I can take the distiller's GUI. And we're going to do what I've been doing all along. We're going to keep the same loader graphic for it for now. We're going to call this something else. Fuel. And we're going to call this, not distiller. No me gusto español, please. Por favor. No español.
You just said I don't like Spanish, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that horribly wrong, didn't I? Pass on my channel, MP, if they would like to enroll. The name is JV Cricket. Please, no advertised channel. I hate that. It's getting really annoying because everybody comes to my live streams and says, "Hey, mention my channel."
Really?
Yep.
I mean, you don't have that many people watching, right?
No, right now I have a total of 4, it says.
Uh-huh. They're probably just bots.
Maybe. Several of them I've kind of called out on it though, and they've said, "Oh, well, sorry." Like they're just some kid that didn't know better. Why don't you like this? Oh, that's why. Fuel. There we go. Get rid of all of that. Sets the color, sets the position. Centrifuge to centrifuge. Should be good. Me, what? AK has a channel. I know AK has a channel. AK played on with us on Ancient Warfare. Back when, what's his name? Thaddeus was...
Man 64 or yeah, he has a
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
He has a channel bigger than me.
Yep.
Which isn't hard.
He does a lot of computer craft tutorials and played. I think his most recent stuff was Metal Gear Solid. He did a playthrough of that, or
Okay.
started it.
Okay, now I have to check his channel.
Is he in the stream right now?
Yeah.
Oh, hey AK man.
AK's channel. See, lots of Metal Gear Solid. Ooh, it's been a while since he's played FTB though. Come on.
It has been a while. Yeah.
I can't blame you though.
I don't think I've seen anything from him in a while either. He must have been busy.
11 months ago it said Metal Gear. Go check his channel out, everybody. Make him start uploading again.
Yeah, I'd love to see some more stuff from AK man. Because I invited him to our AW server. Played on there for a little bit, and then he joined a little late though.
Yeah, it's close towards the end.
Yeah, it was closer to the end. Everybody stopped playing it. Sad.
I know.
I'm not creative enough to like build things in Minecraft that look like things in real life.
Just wing it. You do better than I do.
Well, you know, I took down those like automated looms that we built over in the textile mill.
Oh, you
'Cause
did?
They were just causing a lot of lag, and then
Oh.
Kaiser and I completely redid the mechanics there. There's a bunch of booths upstairs that you have to stand in to actually get paid now.
That's lag in that thing is. There's so many nice things that would be there if it wasn't for the lag. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I hate it. I think with the update that will unfortunately probably break the server, or at least require some massive changes before we could update. I think it'll improve performance, because he's just talked about how it's barely standing code-wise right now. He's going through and rewriting everything.
This is the train craft guy?
Yeah. I think it's... Well, Spitfire is one of the guys, but the guy that's actually doing it right now, Brutal. Mr. Brutal.
Brutal, okay. That is not right. What did I do wrong? Vitality, okay. That's where it should have been. See, this all helps if I actually had it set up to actually display the stupid GUI that I was creating, right? Wait, centrifuge container? But the GUI. There it is. Bingo. Now things are going to work better. And then the block itself needs to trigger it. So the ferment or the distiller is going to be a good example. On block activate. Growth chance. Where are you? Go away. What? Oh, wrong block. On block activate. There we go. Centrifuge. If he's not sneaking and it's not a tile entity, or it's not null, then we're going to do all this. We're going to check what the item is in their hand. If the player item is not null, and it is this, so we can do this here. Else, like that. And that's already defined because we're already doing that at the top. So they're not sneaking. Well, we've already got that defined too, so we can just open the GUI. And the return throughs. Get an extra one in there. There we go. Now we've got some proper code. We've got a GUI that should open, I hope. I'm thinking I need to make a change to this thing already. It needs to consume fuel faster than it's going to. Tile entity centrifuge. So if it's got a stack, stack's not null. Wait, up here. If it's got a clay ball in it, it needs to reduce the amount of fuel right away. If the fuel level. Stop hitting two keys, fat fingers. Fuel storage is greater than 0, than 1. I'm gonna take one away and we're gonna do all this junk. We really don't even need a for loop in here. Slot 0. Perfect. Single player. Wait, close. Rerun this thing. Errors exist. What are you talking about? Okay, while that loads, let's go feed some cows again. After we sleep. Tons of cows. Okay, and we've got a bunch more levels now, so let's go see if we can enchant a new sword. Maybe we'll get looting. If we can get looting, we can start killing these guys. Clicking too fast. Bane of Arthropods, knockback, and unbreaking. One more try. Just smite. How awful. Yeah, well, AK, we need 6 leather per 4 conveyors, and we're trying to make a massive farm with conveyors. So we need a lot of leather. And I know rabbits are a source of leather, but I don't think you can breed rabbits in sufficient numbers to make up for what a cow can do. Because you need 4 pieces of rabbit hide to make 1 piece of leather. So they would take a ridiculous amount. How can I get the same junky enchants on so many swords? Oh, whatever, I'll go kill him with this. Otherwise the server's gonna start lagging from this many of them.
Do you have a block or a machine that will feed livestock?
I don't. After doing this for this long,
Is that
I
something you
really
thought about?
think about adding it, yeah.
Kind of like the Railcraft feed station. Like you just throw wheat in it and it'll feed stuff.
Yeah, it would make sense. I don't know how to go about doing it, but it makes sense to do it. So, I mean, I've
That
got
might be
our
something
other
to
types of
think
farming.
about. I thought that the way that Railcraft does it, where you just have a block and you just throw wheat in it, it's a little bit too powerful. Because you get massive cow farms very quickly. Because it feeds them as soon as it can feed them.
Yeah. The sounds are ridiculous from this. Hey, Fiery. That's gonna be the new thing, Fiery, if you're watching. I don't know if you are or not. Like, every time I see you, I'll be like, you're alive! Let's take a step back and see what we got here. But it's a good thing. Okay. Oh wow, I broke my sword. I killed so many cows. Okay, got all the drops, I think. You'd rather be dead than talking?
What? Fiery said he'd rather be dead?
He said, yeah, but I'd rather be talking after I said, you're alive. Not sure if that's quite what he meant.
I think he'd rather be talking than not talking.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just to clarify there.
It's funnier. Sounds funnier the other way around, though.
It does sound funny. You'd rather be dead and able to talk. Barry wants to be a zombie. You heard it here, people.
Oh, that is on tonight. The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
Do you watch it?
I watched the first 2.5 seasons, and then the third season kind of killed me. I need to catch up on it and watch everything because I've heard that it picked back up a lot.
Yeah. The third season was the one at Marshall or whatever his name is, Farm. That one. I forget which
Now,
one's
the
which.
farm was the second season.
Oh, okay.
I saw the farm, and then the prison and the governor were the third season. That was the one that I stopped watching.
Yeah, the
I just got
governor.
I got tired of the governor and
Yeah.
all of the prison nonsense. Rick was going insane, and his wife died. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry. A bunch of stuff happened, and lots of people died because it's The Walking Dead. You never know who's gonna die.
Well, I'm not gonna spoil any more than sorry if I did. Other than this, they're no longer in the prison.
Yeah.
Which isn't too hard to figure out if you watch the end of that season.
It seemed to drag on for me. Season 3 did.
Yeah.
No, I'll pick it back up eventually.
Okay, so back to testing. Okay, we have a centrifuge block, and if I right-click on it, nothing still happens. Why? Why? Oh, I know why. Centrifuge block. Down here, I told it the distiller's GUI. We want the centrifuge's GUI. That's what I get for cutting and pasting too much. All these errors in the console again because I'm adding new stuff. Ugh, so annoying. I took like half a day and fixed all the errors from every missing texture, every missing JSON file for a while. Now there's 10 more. Oh well. Still no GUI? What's wrong with you? Actually, am I getting an error? I am. Centrifuge is missing in a mapping. 169. Runtime exception. Mapping bug found. Interesting. We have cooldown? We have cooldown. We have fuel. Put that over there. What is going on? Mod blocks. Did I forget to register the tile entity? I did. So, Fiery, are you watching or not? So this should be centrifuge. Test number 477. Okay, so Fiery, the centrifuge is the device that we're going to put clay into, clay balls, that will spin them out and give us raw asphalt. The raw asphalt can be put into the paver along with whatever other materials to make the asphalt blocks in the world. Now what? So the centrifuge. In here, we've got this. So let's put a breakpoint there. Let's close this. Run it in debug mode with breakpoints activated. And see if we can get that line to run. Something is messed up to where it's not, I have a feeling. What that is, I'm not sure. Oh, that's okay. I see it already. So let's do this. It's not null and it's that specific item. Else, do that. Basically, because I had an empty hand, it was all messed up. Fiery says, okay, I just don't know what you were talking about first. I heard of it. Cool idea. Okay. Yeah, I talked about it a little bit earlier today. There we go. So now if I put clay into this, should only have 2 slots first off. Or 1. So centrifuge render, centrifuge. There's 2. Oh, so it's the GUI then. See container for the centrifuge. Yeah. So it's 1 across, 2 wide. I think that's how it works. There we go. 2 slots. Awesome. So we put that in there. We give it some fuel. 2. And it should start turning this into clay or asphalt. Is the idea. And it has! Woohoo! It's actually working. Unfortunately, the fuel usage is way too low. It needs to use more fuel than this. Yeah, it only uses one unit of fuel per piece. It needs to use like 1 unit of fuel per tick. I thought I set that to work that way, but I didn't. So I have the fuel storage more than 1. Somebody's in Spanish again or some other language. Google translates. Oh, wow. Hello. It's just poorly written English. I didn't even realize it was that bad. I put it into Google Translate and it said it was English. I'm like, what? I read it again. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. There's a couple words that aren't English, though.
I mean, to be fair, your English isn't that great.
Yeah, thanks. It, uh, at least you called it that. You didn't say it was horrible.
Your English isn't that great.
I can
There's
code,
there's a
okay?
reason that you're a programmer and not a literature teacher.
Why ever would that be? Oh. Oh, it's on the cooldown. Okay. That's what's wrong. So we can still use a little bit of fuel on the cooldown. Bingo. If there's a clay ball. There we go. Now we're burning through fuel like there's no tomorrow. That might be a little extreme, actually. So we can just change the cooldown to 150. And it's not decrementing how much is in that spot, so we need to do that too. Let's wait till it runs out of fuel, make sure it doesn't produce anymore. Shouldn't. Obviously need to make that greater than 0. And this greater than 0. So it's at 12. Let's make sure it doesn't go to 14. Okay, it's still 12. Good. We've changed the cooldown. Need to decrement though, so this dot decrement stack slot, so we want slot 0, amount 1. Take those out of there. Let's get a fuel can. Give it fuel. It's using said fuel. Okay, there's our first piece. So how much does 1 can of fuel do? Fire if you're still watching, listening, whatever. Let me know if you think this is too much fuel. It seems like an awful lot of fuel. Way too much fuel, in my opinion. It's gonna give us 4. Nope. That's because of this. Oh, and we gotta decrease it on the first one too. Yeah, it's a little extreme, especially because I'll probably eventually nerf the fuel production a little bit. Drop it like it's hot. Nice. I want the centrifuge to kind of take a little bit of time to produce it. I think this might be too much time. I'm probably going to cut it in half again. So that'll cut the fuel usage down quite a bit because it's all based on the time that's in there. This should give us 4 when it's all done. Or not. But at least we ended up with 61 that time. Oh, I'm reducing the fuel again. That's why. Okay. So that explains that piece. Let's set this down to 75. That should give us 8 pieces. So fuel again. Number 2. Do I already got clay balls in there? No, but I got some there. Ooh, ah. There we go. Okay, there's the first one. Here's a food man. No, I'm not saying it should be slower. I'm saying, Fiery, that it shouldn't be much faster. Because, you know, a centrifuge in the real world takes a while to actually run. It's a device that spins around, you know? Why is this not producing more? It should produce more. I'm a little puzzled. Still ended up with 3. We've set it to 75 for the cooldown amount. Yeah, that gets set when it's going through. So every 75 ticks or every 75 fuels when I'm looking at this as. Let's just restart just in case that code did not get into the debugger. This is the centrifuge. Lots of cow love. Boink. Fuel. Oh, interesting. It's running again. Cow love's the best kind of love. It's unconditional love, right? As long as you've got the wheat. Wait, that'd be a condition.
Is this coming from Mr. Wisconsin?
This is coming from Mr. AK.
Oh.
But I understand why you're saying that.
I figured Fiery would be saying that with his love of cheese curds.
How's this, Fiery? This
you were
is
in the
much
call
faster.
for that, right?
Might have been.
Well, Fiery was talking up cheese curds to everybody, and we were all like, "Ah, that's nasty."
Yeah, it was fried cheese curds, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that one. So every 75 fuel, it should be producing another asphalt. And at the rate it's burning through fuel, That's pretty quick. So it's not quite going to be an even number then, right? Yeah. Because that last bit of fuel. So 1,000 divided by 70. What? 1,000 divided by 75. My computer's too slow. 13.3, yeah. So I need to give that an even number. It says 75. So 100 would work really good. We don't know. Fiery says in the chat stream, you guys just don't know, so don't hate.
Awesome.
So let's make it... Could one can give you a quarter of a stack? What would a quarter of a stack be? So a quarter stack's 16, so 1,000 divided... I'm doing too much on my computer. It doesn't want to even have the calculator run. Yeah. It's not going to be even division. Yeah, 62.5. I could have it do every 60 fuel. That would work. It's close enough. There'll be a little bit of waste if you let it run out of fuel. Okay, now he says when you try some and find out how good they are, you'll be like, okay, I was wrong with you. You were right.
Well, he's already said that whenever I'm in Wisconsin, he's going to give me some if I'm ever there.
Yeah.
So I'll hold them up on that, but the problem is getting to Wisconsin.
Yeah. Having a desire to go to Wisconsin too. I mean, from where you're at, you know, the nice, nice warm weather. No, the warm weather is what I'm talking about.
Huh. Warm weather's overrated.
I don't know. It's been pretty freaking cold here this year.
It's overrated.
We've gotten snow, no joke, every weekend for the last 4 to 5 weekends. My wife and I tried to go out to the local art museum, or it's not the local, it's about an hour away, the art museum, since Valentine's Day. And this weekend was the first chance we had to actually make it up there. We tried every time, would make it halfway up there, and the roads were just too bad, or we couldn't see because it was snowing or blowing so hard. So it's really annoying, really, really annoying. And it still snowed this weekend. It just snowed on Sunday, so we were able to get up there yesterday.
I would rather have all of that than have the 120-degree Fahrenheit, 100% humidity summers.
Yeah, but that's just when you need a pool, right? I mean, that's easier to solve.
Yeah. But, yeah, okay, sure.
You can't
if you're doing any kind of work outside, you can't just hop in a pool. You gotta do your work. So you go through sets of clothing just sweating it out.
But remember what I do for a living. I don't do manual labor.
Yeah, sure. Well, you did talk about moving down here, so you should have just done it.
We still may. That's why I'm saying that. Like, seriously, my wife's been looking at Florida, Georgia, Texas, and Arizona. Like,
I personally love Texas. I am hoping that when I have to move for work in a year and a half, that they're gonna ship me off to Texas. I don't know. I really explain it either.
Look at this. Look at this on stream. He has more snow than Wisconsin right now. I have had snow on the ground since Christmas. No joke. Non-stop, never melted once.
You're the northern part of your state, aren't you?
Not the extreme northern part, but yeah, we're over halfway up. We're in the top third of the state. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But it's not lake effect snow though. That's the thing. Like we don't live in a part that gets lake effect snow, and that places like that, they measure it in feet on a regular basis. But we normally don't. In the last 4 years, we've had several winters that have had bad snow like this. Though, and like the cold, it's been getting down to so cold. Like they're canceling school and delaying schools because it's just that cold out. They don't want the kids walking out in it. Like with the wind chill, it's like -20.
Gosh.
AK says he thinks he beats us all. Well, I don't know where you're from, AK, so if you're like from Canada or something, that's kind of not fair. Oh, he says he's from Canada, just as I said that. It's like fall. Yeah, that means you just don't measure it in inches, though.
Well, they don't measure it in meters. If you measure it in meters, then you know you're getting a lot of snow.
So I think the centrifuge is actually working. And
Awesome.
working in a way that's desirable. It's giving me raw asphalt, and that raw asphalt can at some point be coated to work in the paver to give you stuff, the blocks and stuff. I say at some point because it's already getting late. I don't think I'm going to run through another coding session like this to get that far. I need to make a model for this thing anyway, so it's not invisible. My block is invisible.
Visible blocks are usually pretty hard to use.
Yeah, you kind of can't tell it's there, besides the fact that it's casting shadow on the ground.
Buildings made out of them look great, though.
Sure, if you want to make it out of tile entities, that wouldn't lag at all.
Well, you said block. You didn't say tile.
Well, it's a tile entity. Every tile entity should have a block associated with it, at least as far as I know. So if everybody looking at the stream, this is my asphalt block. What do you think of it, the texture? This was like my first legit, I want to make my own texture look from scratch.
Hang on. Oh, actually, by the time I'll load it up, you'll probably actually be caught up. Which one? Tile.asphalt.name or blasted asphalt?
Tile machine asphalt name.
Name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like the blasted asphalt too. That actually looks really good.
Blasted asphalt.
Or you like picked it up and it was on the side of your road?
Oh, that's andesite.
Oh.
So it's blasted andesite. So all the variations of stone I have that are in vanilla, I have blasted versions of them.
Oh, I didn't know you updated it to do that. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's been in here for a while. The blasted variation of this. And so the drilled stone, there's variations of the drilled stone for the granite, andesite, and dorite, which looks like I need to do the andesite. There's a bug there. Localization's not working. Urgh. Those are so annoying. There's so many places when you add a new block or... Jordan, you're live!
Jordan's there?
Yes, he is. He's in this stream chat.
I miss Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan's abandoned
Speaking
us.
of Jordan, have you seen or logged on to the Hypixel servers recently?
I have not.
I saw a video from Doc M, and he was playing this like new Capture the Flag game that they have, and it looks epic. There's custom 3D modeled weapons and armor.
Yeah.
And, like rare weapons that you get, and you can level up stuff. It looks really fun.
I'm kind of interested how they went about doing that. Did they actually add new items to Minecraft somehow and get the vanilla clients to
And I don't know how
display them or
how
what?
they're do it if they're using a modded spigot or if they're using like the sponge thing.
Oh, I
I
don't
guess would
think
be a
sponge
hat
is ready.
spigot.
Yeah, spigot. But like the models themselves looked really cool. Because I seen on Twitter there was a couple people that had retweeted some of this Hypixel stuff, and I seen that they were getting ready for their beta earlier this week.
Well,
That does look pretty cool.
if I had to
to
guess, I would probably say it's a texture pack, and they just gave different textures for different damage values. And they just did really customized 3D models for each damage value. They just give you a sword with different damages. Or no, it wouldn't be damage, it would be like, it would have to be like an NBT tag.
I don't think you can do different textures by MBT tag. Maybe
I don't think you can either.
maybe they
the damage
overrode
value
like
changes as you use it, right?
yeah, exactly. So
Oh,
your damage number actually increases as you take off durability of the item. So maybe they gave you like a
stick or something.
I was thinking like a pick, a hoe, all that stuff. Because if you don't use those items, there's no need for them in the game, right? So that they're still tools, and you can still
might
use
do
them
it
as
that way.
weapons. And then they can override in the code how much damage it does to make it act and behave like an actual weapon.
Yeah, but they might have done something like that. Because I know you can do different textures for different damage values. Because like several mods will do that. They'll have a completely different block for just the same ID, just a different damage value.
Now that I can understand for blocks, because blocks are different, but not an item. An item, it's durability on an item instead of what do I
Yeah,
call it?
unless the item
Metadata.
doesn't take durability, like a stick, or in any like block item, something that you can't place on the ground,
Yeah.
not a block, like a material item. Does anybody in the chat know how they do that?
We'll find out
Find out.
in about
Just me,
5
Short,
minutes.
and Fiery, and AK.
It says 5 people are watching.
Mine says 7.
Yeah, I said it a minute ago for me too. And my other screen says 6. Like the broadcaster screen says 6. And Fire, we have a lot of leather building up.
Oh, Fiery, on Minecraft, I modified the sawmill that Aragorn built, and I put in like a wood chipper, or something that looks like a wood chipper. Let me know if it's good or not. I'm actually kind of proud of it, because I had no idea what it was going to look like before we started here. And we're good to go except for Aragorn City on the textile mill stuff. Once Aragorn tells me where he wants that yard built, I'll build it and do all the mechanics for it, and we'll be ready to, well, not ready to open up for beta, but ready to start claiming land and stuff.
Oh, someone says they know. They said, I know, I do, and didn't say how. Can you please let us
Yay!
know?
I'm glad someone knows.
What is in here with me? It just attacked me. Is there a zombie in here? What in the world? Fire, are you invisible punching me? Oh, there's a skeleton.
Heck, are you just streaming on YouTube, or are you streaming on Twitch as well?
Yeah, just YouTube. My computer couldn't handle both, I don't think.
Okay. Matthew was streaming on YouTube and some other, it wasn't Twitch, it was some other site. He was doing 2 yesterday.
The Beam Pro thing I told him about.
I can't remember what the name of it was.
Might have been
I'd never
Hitbox
heard of
too.
it.
He streams on there too.
Must have been one of those two.
What later, John. John's not gonna tell us how it's done. He says he
He's
knows.
just gonna say, I know. Okay, bye.
CZ.
Yeah, I see him.
Okay.
I don't think so. And we may need to revisit some of the track in crude to replace it with string, or replace the traincraft stuff with railcraft stuff.
Fire might be having a hard time. I'm not sure if he is meaning to leave on this server or not, but he keeps logging off and coming back. I'm so sick of hearing these cows. Okay. Yeah, I thought you might have lagged out, Fiery. Three and a half stacks of leather, so that's 2 plus stacks of conveyors. It's probably enough to finish that floor off at least.
And why are y'all making all the conveyors again? A mob farm?
Yeah, so a big piece of what all the machines need is slime blocks. So that we have found a slime chunk, cleared it out with the explosives, and we're putting conveyors down basically. I'll go show you. For them to spawn on, because they're actually spawnable.
Oh, they spawn on the conveyor blocks.
Yeah. Well, any eye shows them as spawnable. We haven't actually seen it happen yet, because you can't ever see it happen. Like directly in front of you.
So much beef.
But look at all this. Conveyors all pushing everything to one direction. Eventually we'll get both sides finished off all the way out to that spot there. And, oh wait, one more block past that actually. And then that's the end of the slime chunk. So that whole floor will be done. We can start putting in more floors below that. They'll all just drop off the side and die. We might have to put a drowning pit down there or something too. I don't know. We'll figure that out once we get lower.
You're just now getting down to that area right now.
Yeah, I know. It's slow.
Okay, yeah. Because I saw y'all digging this area out earlier.
Yeah.
Aragorn pulled the lever, and I think he died and got run over by a machine.
Yeah, that happened a couple times.
You're just going to do a bunch of layers of conveyor belts?
Yeah, that's the idea. At the very least, that'll shove all the slimes into one spot if it doesn't kill them outright. You know, the top layers will probably die. The bottom ones, we'll have to figure out some way to kill them.
It'd be interesting to see how much more efficient that is than a normal slime farm.
Well, just basing it off of this thing I'm looking at right now, it'll be way more efficient. Because this building here, this is conveyors running up so that they go really high, and then the mobs drop down, and it just collects all in there. We've got quite a bit of stuff out of this, and it's one spawn floor. And it's not even that big of a spawn floor.
Yeah, because like that slime farm did one floor. The size of that, because it's the whole chunk, and you're moving them away as soon as they spawn. So that, I would guess that that's going to be really efficient.
So here's this thing. As basically as soon as they spawn, they get pushed around. And this isn't even full. Yeah, I'm going in here. Nice. So as you can see here, they spawn in here, they walk a little bit, and they hit those conveyors. Either walk that way or walk this way, and they hit the conveyors, which push them into the water. And the water carries them off to a lifting thing that kills them then. Because the conveyors can lift up entities either mobs or mobs, players, or items. So you can see there, they just left everything up, right up to where it'll drop off. Oh, we've got a hole in the backside of this. That's actually slowing it down. Wow. Thanks, Enderman.
I'm seeing the mob farm now. There's only 2 rows of
Yeah.
User joined your channel.
conveyor belts that are actually pushing the mob.
User joined your
Correct.
channel.
Oh my,
And it's still getting all of that stuff.
Yeah. And it's been running for a while. Don't take it wrong, but it's very efficient for being only one floor.
We just played over an hour long conquest
Did you win?
that we won. Yes,
Better than me.
it was brutal. Oh my goodness, so much fun.
I had a 50-minute conquest match last night that we had more kills, more XP, and more gold for the entirety. And then Xublanque just like backdoored it and killed Titan.
Yeah, we had a disconnect the last 10-15 minutes of the game, so we thought we were gonna lose it, and we were getting pressed pretty hard before the disconnect happened. It was a good match.
Yeah, that was the match that I called it and had to go to bed angry.
I'm calling it because I don't want to ruin my experience of that was fun.
Yeah.
Got 32 worshippers.
32?
32
Yeah.
Oh
worshippers.
my god. That's ridiculous.
Yes, it is. It is super ridiculous.
Well, if you're done with Smite, I did modify the sawmill building
Okay.
thing.
I'll take a look at it.
I made a conveyor belt coming up to it, and then I built a chipper on the inside, or something
Perfect.
that's supposed to be a chipper.
I was planning on putting a conveyor belt onto it anyway, so that's perfect. That's what I was hoping for.
Jordan says he might play some Minecraft tomorrow. His school's closed.
He got on our our direwolf server, and he went into our spawn building that we haven't used it for a while because we moved to a different place, but he went in and changed everything to
Good night, guys.
See you, Tech. Changed everything to crafting tables and left a sign saying he
Disconnected.
Not everybody on the stream. See you next weekend, probably.